Hey, this is your Seattle real estate update. I'm Kwasi with John L. Scott. The fear around what is going to happen with the real estate market is mounting. Now, you can buy the bad real estate news if you want to, but I'm not. People are worried about interest rates, recession turning into a real estate market crash, and inflation, which is creating fear. Now, remember the Warren Buffett quote, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. With that said, the opportunity is now, and in this video, I will tell you how to take advantage of it. Let's get into it. So here is how this market update is going to go. First, we're going to talk about where the fear is, then explore how to take advantage of it. Then jump into the Seattle stats for homes, condos, luxury, and new construction. At any time, hit the chapters or minute markers to skip to the topic that you want to hear about. Let's tackle the interest rate conversation right up front. They've doubled within the last year, which is the biggest year-to-date increase in 50 years. The fear hasn't come from rates being so high. It's come because they went so high so quick. So if there is fear there, how do you take advantage? Well, let's take a look at what the experts say about where interest rates are going to go. At the time of this recording, we're around 6.757%. So how do you take advantage of that? If you are a buyer, you're going to have to decide if you want a lower interest rate with bidding wars or a higher rate now, less competition with the option to refinance when rates drop. Sellers, if you are buying and selling at the same time, you will have a much easier time in this market rather than in a bidding war type market. Renters, I didn't forget about you. If you think inflation is bad, look at this. Rent prices are projected to increase faster than inflation, so you get hit twice. Once with inflation and next with higher rents. And look, I'm not a realtor who is going to say, hey, you have to buy a house right now. But I will say the time to make a plan is right now. Remember, locking in a fixed rate mortgage is a hedge against inflation. So let's talk about why interest rates are going up. The Fed is trying to get a handle on inflation. Inflation is at a 40-year high. They are slowing down the economy, and every month that goes by, more economists are predicting a recession within the next 12 months. So what does that mean for real estate? Most people think that means falling prices. So when they hear recession, then they think, oh, that means falling prices. And then 2008 floats up in their mind. Well, let's look at the past 6 recessions. Now, if you've been following these market updates for any length of time, you've probably seen these before. Prices only dropped in 2 recessions, and in one of them, it was only 1.9%. Does that mean that prices won't go down? No, we don't have a crystal ball. What does come down in a recession are interest rates. So let's take a look at what mortgage rates did in those recessions. So even if prices fall, the projection is that they will bounce right back. So you could buy now or you could wait. Look, you can't time the market. Look how fast the real estate conversation changed. You can't predict it. So use the information and make a smart decision for yourself. To sum it up, the fear is buying a house, losing value, and market crash. This is how you take advantage while people are fearful. Well, let's just say this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy while competition is low. I'm going to swallow the interest rate now. I'm going to wait for rates to drop, and then I'm going to refinance. It comes down to what I said before. You're going to have to decide if you want a lower rate with bidding wars or a higher rate now, less competition with the option to refinance when rates do drop. So to wrap up, where the fear is with real estate, let's talk about why this market is different than 2008. First, people have record amounts of equity in their home. So if they were to get into financial trouble, they'll have the option to sell and make money, not just give the property back to the bank. Next is that foreclosures are at record lows and there just isn't enough homes for sale. That limited supply is keeping house prices somewhat stable, while equity is giving the sellers the ability to sell and make money. A great resource that is absolutely free is our free buyer and seller guides that you can request through the link in the description. Next, we're gonna get into the Seattle area stats, and you will want to hear how the market is changing and where the opportunities are. Stay tuned. Okay, let's jump into the Seattle area stats. I'm gonna break down the single family market, condo market, luxury market, and new construction. I'll show you the stats for each of the markets, but focus the conversation on what I think are the things that people should know or how to use the information. So let's get into it. In the Seattle single family space, the number of homes for sale is continuing to increase, even though the number of new listings is dropping. The time that homes are staying on the market is continuing to increase as well. Right now, the average days on market is 19. What's interesting is that we are still firmly in a seller's market. With the amount of houses for sale, we could have 3 times the amount of homes on the market, and we would just be getting into a buyer's market. What's even better news is that even with the amount of homes for sale increasing, the median sales price has increased over last year from $835,000 to $908,000. That is an 8.7% increase. Earlier, I mentioned the advantages of this market. Looking at the Seattle single family home space, the opportunity to get in with low competition is even better compared to the national average. So it's up to you to decide. Do you want a market with less competition, higher interest rates with the option to refinance when rates drop? Or do you want low interest rates, high competition, and a bidding war type market? Next, we're going to jump into the Seattle condo market. Seattle condo owners, pay attention because you are not in a seller's market anymore. Based on the amount of homes for sale, you are technically in a neutral market. And with the amount of homes for sale increasing, the days on market at over 30 days, and pending sales down almost 50% from last year, the median price for the Seattle condos has dropped from $525,000 last year to $515,000. That's a 1.9% decline. So nothing to be overly concerned about, especially looking at the projections over the next couple of years. However, if you are a seller who needs to sell your condo in this market or in the coming months, strategic pricing and marketing is going to be more important than ever. Being smart with your initial list price will also be crucial in getting your home sold in the next couple of months to a year. Another important factor, given the median price at $515,000, is to make sure your HOA is doing everything it can to make your condo complex available for as many financing options as possible. Up next, we're going to dive into the Seattle luxury market. In the luxury market, the number of homes for sale is finally starting to come down. With the number of homes for sale, the luxury market is barely hanging in there to be considered a seller's market. The average days on market is now 22, and the median sales price is $1,603,000, which is down 1.5% from last year. Pending sales, or houses that have gone under contract this last month, is only down about 13% from last year. So overall, the luxury market is fending off this market shift pretty well. Up next, new construction. You will want to hear how new construction is impacting inventory. Stay with me. Oh, how the new construction market in Seattle is defying the odds. In the new construction market, the number of homes for sale has increased almost 60% from last year. The properties pending or under contract this month is down 49% from last year. And with the number of homes for sale on the higher end of the neutral market, the median sales price is up from $725,000 last year to $820,000 this year. a 13% increase. The Seattle new construction market is the perfect example of why I am not buying the bad news. And looking at the statistics, if you were a buyer making a decision about whether now is the time to buy a new construction home, it's kind of a no-brainer. Next is some closing thoughts on how to use this information as well as some free resources so you won't want to miss it. In this month's My Take on the Market, I'm going to address sellers, buyers, investors, and renters. First, for sellers, knowing this information is important to helping you make a decision on whether to sell your home and what conditions you may be selling your home in. For some people, you just want to buy a new home and sell your current house. There are some people who have to sell their home in this market, and I'm going to talk to you. Looking at the stats, the market conditions with interest rates and inflation, you want to make sure whoever you hire to sell your home has a game plan past the first 7 days because homes are taking longer to sell. You also need to make sure they understand how to navigate the type of market that we're in. While this market is different than 2008, the objections that people have are similar. And the agent that you're working with will not only need to know how to talk to buyers, but also talk to and educate the other agents if needed. Buyers. I've said it a few times in this market update that you are going to have to decide whether you want to buy in a low competition, high interest rate market, or do you want to buy in a low interest rate, high competition, bidding war type market. From the experts and advisors that I have been speaking to, there seems to be a common consensus that once interest rates start to get into the mid to low fives, we will quickly be back in a highly competitive market. Now, I'm not one to push anybody or tell somebody you have to buy a house right now. And if you're not ready, you should probably wait. However, if you know that you want to buy a home and your choice is between buying now or buying later, I suggest that you just give me a call or schedule a call using the link below, and let's set up a time to talk about your situation and get to know each other. Investors, I'm going to keep it short and sweet for you. The hot market that we were previously in, some of the fundamentals were put to the sidelines because the market just made up for any mistakes that you made. And with the real estate conversation changing for sellers, there will be opportunities for you to buy the right investments because at the end of the day, it will always come down to what did you purchase the property for? Did you make a good buy? If you're a flipper, that means you were conservative with your after repair value. You built in some contingencies for cost to repair and upgrades. And you calculated additional holding time for your pro forma. If you did these things, most likely you got a good deal. For those of you who are buying rentals, the same goes for you. Did you buy at a good price and were you conservative with your rents? For renters, at the end of the day, you've probably heard a million reasons why you should buy a house. And I'm not here to sell you a house if you're not ready. Just know that rents will continue to increase faster than the pace of inflation. Cost of living and inflation is going to continue to go up, and so will home prices. I would suggest downloading the free guide, look at some of the information, and decide from there. When you're ready to put together a plan, reach out to me. We will work with you on your timeline and at your pace. If you've enjoyed this market update, please hit the like button, type a comment, let us know what you think. Your feedback is really, really important to me. To make sure you get these market updates in the future, click on the subscribe button and click on the alarm icon to make sure you get notified when I post the next market update or any other information about the real estate market. For other exclusive content, be sure to follow me on Instagram and click the Linktree link to get the free resources and find other ways to connect with me. I look forward to hearing from you. Peace.